Now's our chance. Phyllis is on her way to the shower box.
Now? Oh, geez, Lizzie, I thought you'd give me a couple of days to sort of work up to it.
We haven't got a couple of days. If we don't do it now, we mightn't get another chance.
I'm telling you that we should be helping those women, not treating them like delinquents who need a caning. Alice Dodds has not got the first conception of how to deal with those women with understanding and compassion, the sort of things needed to run a Driscoll house.
When you have some concrete evidence that Mrs. Dodds is overstepping her authority, then I may consider your report.
And in the meantime, we lose all the women who need us.
I don't see it that way.
I don't think you see it at all.
Hold her. I'm not going no place, Miss Ferguson.
I know you're not. You've got a lot to learn, Parker.
Me?
Here. First, Parker, never kill a screw. Because there's always a lot of other screws just waiting to teach you a lesson. Like this.
Lizzie, that sounds dreadful. Are you sure you've done the right thing?
Of course I am.
But Phyllis isn't very nice. Well, what if she tells Sonia?
That's the whole idea. Then Cass can fix her too, so stop carrying on. Oh, my God, here's another one with a long face. What's the matter?
Nothing, dear. I'm all right. That Bobbie's the problem child, though.
She's strange, isn't she? I never know what to say to her.
Where's Cass?
Oh, she'll be back in a minute.
Well, Lizzie sent her to punch Phyllis.
Pixie, don't tell the whole world.
Now, what's all this about punching someone?
Well, you know when I told you about Sonia and her punch? Well, I have decided to do something about it.
So you sent Cass after them?
Not all of them, just Phyllis.
Where is she?
In the shower block. Why? Now, what are you going to do?
Never you mind.
Get up, Bobby! Oh, Jesus! Abuse your feet! Don't do that, screw!
Okay, Parker, that's enough.
Stop that! Now stop it. Go on, stand over there while you calm down. There's a good girl. You all right, dear?
I'll get you, Parker. When I'm finished with you,
Now,
let's go away.
enough of that talk. You just stay there to get your breath back. Why, you love.
They just wouldn't stop me, and Miss Ferguson kept throwing me out, and they kept coming, they wouldn't stop.
Oh, no, dear, Miss Ferguson wouldn't do anything like that. She's here to look after us. Why don't you go and lie down for a while? Have a little rest. Go on. Off you go. Well, you lot of amateurs aren't a pretty sight. 3 against 1 and look at you.
Amateurs can take a cheap fight like a threat.
She fights like a winner, dear. And as far as I'm concerned, that's the only thing to do. Now, take your friends to the doctor.
Get out.
Now, if you think it's necessary to report this, I think you should leave Cass's name right out of it. Just say you found those 3 all beaten up.
You pushing your luck, Donovan.
If you don't, Miss Ferguson, I shall have to tell Mrs. Reynolds exactly what I saw. 3 people holding Cass while you hit her.
Oh, she wouldn't believe you.
Well, of course she would. After all, who'd believe that one person could beat those 3 lumps and a fine, strapping girl like you? Just couldn't be done. And besides, Mrs. Reynolds and I go back a long way. Think it over, dear.
You're missing the point, Mr. Wallace. Now, the department employed me to do this job. That's the Department of Corrective Services. Now, if we are to have a corrective effect on these women, discipline must be the key word, surely.
No.
Oh, Mr. Wallace.
Well, only up to a point. You don't seem to understand the reason these women are here in the first place. They've been trodden on by practically every person in this so-called Christian society, and we're their last hope. They need understanding, not a book of rules.
Oh, I've heard all this before. Very idealistic, but doesn't work out that way. Good, strong discipline is what's needed, Mr. Wallace. Look, I've seen people who can't sink any lower suddenly find a new purpose in life.
The only reason they do what they're told is because their spirit's broken. That's not a purpose in life. That's resignation. Is that what you want to do to these women? Break their spirit?
I'm not prepared to stand here and argue with you any longer, Mr. Wallace. If you don't approve of the way I run things, I suggest you complain to the department.
I've already done that. I don't know who to feel sorrier for. The women or you.
And what about Harvey and Hunt? All right, we'll do whatever you think best. Thanks, Scott. Adler's been sent to Wentworth General with suspected internal injuries.
And the other two?
Oh, badly bruised, but nothing to worry about. Have you questioned them?
Yeah. Not much luck, though. They won't lag on their mates.
Some mates. What about the rest of the women?
Same story. I think they're all related to the three wise monkeys.
But it must have been quite a fight. No black eyes or blood noses to be seen.
No. Nothing.
Well, either they were the only two fighting, or we've got another one of those damn mysteries on our hands.
Here we go. This will help take the swelling down.
Oh, I'm real sorry, Min. I didn't want to do it, but Lizzie's been a good mate and I...
Yes, I know about that, dear, but just hold that on your lip. There's a good girl. Good, good. Now listen. I had a little chat with Miss Ferguson, and I don't think she'll say anything about you being there, so we don't have to worry about that.
No?
And as for those other 3 lumps, they'll be a bit sore for a while. They're lucky to be alive. Now, how's the lip? Feel any better?
Yeah, I think so.
Here, let me wring that out again. Now, I think you're going to have to tell me how you got mixed up in all this.
Well, like I told you, Lizzie reckoned she could sort out...
Yes, dear, I know all about that. But why you? Do you want to be top dog?
Me? Oh, no way. No, you've got to be smart for that.
Stop talking rubbish. Now tell me, why did these people gang up on you?
Oh, I don't know. I only done it because Lizzie and the others was being pushed around so much. I know you shouldn't punch people.
No, dear, that's not quite true. There's a time and place for everything. Sometimes a good slap is all these people understand.
Fair enough. But I don't want to be top dog.
Now, settle down. Nobody's going to make you do anything you don't want to do anymore. You let me worry about the top dog problem.
Oh, sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Charlton. I got caught up in the kitchen.
That's all right, Mrs. Reynolds. Thank you for seeing me.
Now, what have you got to tell me? Good news, I hope.
Well, yes and no. I'm sorry, Mrs. Reynolds. You must think I'm a pretty cold fish.
No, of course not.
Well, it's just that I've got a lot of things to consider before I make a decision like this. I know it sounds a bit selfish, but, well, Mum would seem like a stranger, really, wouldn't she? And I don't know if it's fair on the family.
I'm sorry, Mr. Charlton. I've been pressuring you, haven't I? I didn't mean to. It's just that, well, we're all very fond of Lizzie and we only want what's best for her.
I appreciate that, Mrs. Reynolds. And that's why I've come back this afternoon. You see, I've thought of something that I think might work, and I'd like to talk it over with you.
This joint's getting the bloody dogs.
Why, what's wrong now?
You tell me. How come Ferguson asked us all those questions about the fight and then didn't say another word about it?
Yeah, she didn't seem very interested, did she?
Do you think the freak had something to do with it?
Oh, no, it was all Lizzie's
Oh,
idea.
for God's sake, Pix! Well, there she is now. We just heard about Mary and Francis. Why didn't you tell us about it?
Because Min reckoned it'd be better if I didn't say nothing.
Oh, Birdsworth, you wanted in the governor's office.
God, you haven't done me in, have you?
Oh, come on, Lizzie. I wouldn't do that to a mate.
Birdsworth?
All right, Mrs. Powell, hold your horse.
Cass, dear, why don't you watch the TV while I have a little chat with Judy?
Oh, OK, Minna. Will I save your seat?
Thank you, dear. That'd be nice.
Well, looks as though you made yourself a friend, huh?
Yes, poor child. I don't think people understand her.
What's to understand? She came here with a ready-made reputation.
Not a good one, in my opinion. But your reputation, that's different.
Really?
I am impressed with that.
Well, I thought it was all bad.
Your work at Driscoll House? All the women look up to you. Surely you know that.
Come on, Min. I know a con when I see one. What are you up to?
The women are in trouble, Judy. They need a top dog. I think it should be you.
What a good idea.
Thanks, but no thanks. Now, apart from personal reasons, I wouldn't pass the medical. I got a pacemaker. I don't think pacemakers and top dog go hand in hand, do you?
No, of course not. Heavens, I had no idea.
Why don't you take over?
Top dog at my age?
Yeah, why not? I reckon you and Cass would make a pretty good team.
Yes, what a good idea.
Well, yes, I had thought about it. But do you think the women would accept us?
I think so. You got my vote for a start. Anyway, think about it, because the women sure as hell need someone to take over.
I see, and you'll send written confirmation? Thank you. Goodbye. Well, that's one obstacle out of the way.
He agreed.
Oh, good day, love. What are you doing here? Nothing wrong, is there?
No, everything's all right, Mum.
Yes, Lizzie. Your son's come up with a very good idea. In fact, I've just been speaking to the minister about you.
The minister? God, I'm not going to get out of here, am I?
Well, no, but I think you'll be very happy with the outcome just the same.
Here, sit down, Mum. They're going to make you a trustee.
What do you think of that, Lizzie?
God, I don't know.
Well, it means you'll be able to come and visit the family.
Well, get out of here and come to your house to visit.
Anywhere you like. You can come and visit us, or we can go for a drive, you name it.
And you can have your first visit tomorrow.
Thank you, Arthur. I don't care where we go as long as I can meet my grandchildren.
Oh, no.
Is that you, Mum?
Yes. Are you all right?
Well, I will be as soon as I get something into my stomach. How about you?
No, thanks. It's a bit early for me. No, I don't want to play the heavy mother, but it was about time you put the brakes on.
Oh, come off it, Mum. I wouldn't be standing if I've drunk all that.
Oh, what is going on?
Well, let's just say I've seen the light. More than one cruiser in the fleet.
Can I help?
Yeah. Go and put something smart on. I booked a table at that little restaurant you were talking about. Now, come on, Mum. It's my last night in port. What do you say?
Yes.
I'm not kidding. We'd be better off back in prison the way that old bitch carries on.
What are you talking about? We are in the slammer. I mean, what sort of a joint is this when I've got to keep knit? God, I had to do this back at Barnhurst.
Okay, girls, tea's up. Now, you can tell me what you've decided over a cuppa.
Well, we haven't decided anything yet, but... Well, I still think we should have a sit-down strike.
Ah, she'd just throw us out.
Okay, what would you like to do?
Oh, I know what I'd like to do.
Wouldn't get very far with that.
You got a better idea?
Yes, I have. But you won't like it.
Well, try us.
All right? Do what she tells you to.
That's it.
Yeah. Think about it. I mean, she thrives on arguing with people. Now, if you do what she tells you, she's got nobody to scream at.
Oh, it could work. Well, I suppose.
Look, why don't you let me do my thing? I got some mates who'd run her out of town so fast she wouldn't know what had hit her.
Well, Mr. Wallace, this is obviously one of your little gatherings. What do you think of that?
Look, the girls have got a genuine complaint.
Then they should come to me. That's what I'm here for.
Oh, what a load of rubbish.
And before you hold another of your backstabbing meetings, I suggest you bear this in mind. The department doesn't like the idea of Driscoll House, never has done. One word from me, this place could be closed down permanently. And where would you hold your little meetings then, Mr. Wallace? You think about it.
Oh, hi, Mum. I thought I'd get this finished before you got home.
Uh-huh. What's the occasion?
Oh, no occasion. I just felt like creating a culinary masterpiece, that's all. Listen, why don't you go freshen up and I'll make us some drinks? What would you like?
Well, I don't know. What are we eating?
Spaghetti with a pesto sauce.
Pesto? Going to a lot of trouble, aren't you?
No trouble, not for a master chef like me anyway.
Oh. All right, Pierre. Do you mind if we have a talk?
Oh, we'll just get some drinks.
Sit down, fella.
Yes, Governor.
I just wanted to say I'm sorry about last night. I wasn't ready for it, that's all. Besides, I liked having someone to come home to. Now, where are you moving to, and do you want any help?
No, thanks. As a matter of fact, I took a place today.
Today?
Yeah, well, I've had my eye on it for some time.
Sorry, mate.
In here.
Thank God. Two happy faces. How's tricks?
Great, well, I was just telling Mum about the shop I rented.
Shop?
Yeah, it's terrific. It's got a one-bedroom flat upstairs, and the rent's pretty cheap, even for Templewood.
Templewood? That's a bit down market, isn't it?
Sure, but there's babies everywhere.
What's that got to do with the price of fish?
Well, don't you see? I'll be the only photographer in the area. I should make a fortune on baby pictures until I can afford something better anyway.
That's good thinking. By the way, do you need a hand?
Thanks, well, I will on moving day.
In the kitchen. Something's burning.
Oh, no.
You flesh eaters are going to have 2 burnt steaks.
It's not meat. It's pesto sauce.
Oh, no.
God, it's even more expensive than I remembered.
Mum, would you please stop worrying about the money and just enjoy yourself?
Sorry, darling. But you could feed a family...
Yes, I know. I know. Now, what would you like for starters?
Oh, no.
Mum?
All right. I'll have the brains with the orange sauce, right? Now, you order the wine. I'm just going to the ladies. And make it an Australian wine. They're the best anyway.
Thank you.
Excuse me a minute.
Just thought we'd have a little chat. I never really got a chance to tell you just what I think of you, did I?
Don't bother. I've heard it all before.
Oh, dear. Don't tell me the poor little screw's got a persecution complex.
Listen, Randi, or whatever your name is, if you've got something to say, say it. Otherwise...
You put me on report? You're forgetting where you are. We're equal in here.
Kidding.
You ruined a very nice little setup, Morris. But don't relax. It isn't over yet. One way or another, I'll pay you back. Finished? That'll do for now.
You're a fool. You know that, don't you? Marty would have woken up to you sooner or later. I mean, he's a smart boy. Because he thinks the same about you as I do. Nothing.
Well, I should be in Fremantle for about a week. I'll give you a call from there, okay? Mum?
Sorry, darling, it was miles away.
Yes, I know. There's nothing wrong, is there? I don't want to point the finger, but there's somebody at this table who is not having fun.
All right. I suppose you've got to see her sooner or later. She's behind you on the right-hand side. Look who's here.
Well... Thanks, Mum.
Come on, you lot, get a move on. You haven't got all day.
You don't look the best, Miss Ferguson. Perhaps you should be home taking it easy.
Get out, Roberts.
But I'm getting dressed.
Then find somewhere else to do it. You heard what happened?
Yeah, I heard there was a fight, but I didn't hear the details.
Well, Parker beat up on a little welcoming party I had for her. I managed to crack a couple of my ribs.
What? Why isn't she in the pound?
Use your brains, Stevens. It wasn't exactly official business I was on.
I'll have to think of another way to get at Parker.
She's the least of our worries. It's Donovan, she's the stirrer. And just remember, she's got pull with the governor.
Well, it might be an idea to lie low for a while since Parker's got rid of our muscle Becker.
It'll be business as usual.
That's easy for you to say. I live with them, remember?
Don't worry, Stevens. I can still use my muscle, even with cracked ribs.
I just can't wait to meet me grandchildren. I'll bet they got the Birdsworth good looks and charm.
Yeah, well, someone must have got it, because you didn't do too well.
What would you know? I was a real looker once. I could charm the socks off an iron pot. They won't know what struck them when I arrive.
Well, it wouldn't be wise to expect too much at first, Lizzie. After all, you are a stranger to the family.
Oh, but once the introductions are over, I know they'll just love you. I think you'll make a wonderful grandmother.
Thanks.
Hey, come on, you better hurry up and get dressed. You haven't got much time.
Oh, wouldn't be late for quids today, Mrs. Cow.
Hey, what do you reckon you'll do, Lizzie?
Oh, I reckon we'll just stop off at the nearest pub for lunch.
See you later, girls.
You're late, Stevens. This isn't a luxury hotel, you know.
I've never been confused about that, Mrs. Brown.
Well, you'll have to get your food from the kitchen.
There's a very confident lady, that one.
I wouldn't be, with everybody hating her.
I don't know. Sonia's not so bad. She's treated me okay.
You haven't been here long enough to know her. And from what I can guess, I wouldn't trust her as far as I can throw her.
Oh, but we won't have to worry about Sonia and the freak anymore, will we? Well, not now that they can see what will happen to anyone who upsets Cass.
No, you're wrong, Pixie. They'll just find someone else to take their bashings for them. Someone who'll fall for their smooth talk, or who can be bought cheap.
Has Mr. Wallace arrived yet?
Yeah, he's out fixing that gap in the back fence.
Oh, good. Do you want something?
I wondered if you had a minute.
Oh, yes, sit down. Now, you're Jody
Adams.
Oh, Jody Adams, yes. I'm sorry. It took me a while to get used to the names in this place.
Oh, that's okay. You said last night we could come to you if we had a problem.
No, that's what I'm here for. How can I help you?
It's my husband. He's got this terrible temper. And when he's had a few drinks, he knocks me around.
Well, you don't have to worry about that anymore, do you?
Oh, it's not that simple. See, I still really love him. And I want to go back.
That would be a very stupid thing to do.
Oh, but it wasn't all bad. Well, we had some really good times together. It's just that... Well, I don't know what to do for the best.
There's no question. You stand on your own 2 feet and you make a life for yourself, otherwise you'll never have any self-respect.
What do you mean, never go back?
Oh, well, you're better able to make that decision when you've got yourself all sorted out.
Oh, you make it sound easy, but... Well, I've never been out on my own before. I don't know if I could make it.
Oh, nonsense. Well, I've given you my advice. It's up to you whether you take it or not.
You call that advice? It's all right for you. You know how to look after yourself.
Well, so can you. That's what Driscoll House is here for, to help you stand on your own 2 feet.
No! No, I can't handle being on my own! I need rest! I don't care how much you love me around, I'm gonna go back! Stop it! I want to go back!
What the hell's going on here? It's all right, love.
Oh, Arthur, you do look nice.
You look pretty good yourself, Mum. Hello, Mrs. Bell.
Mr. Charlton, got everything organised?
Yes, my car's over here.
Okay, well, I better get back to work. Good luck, huh?
Thank you, Mrs. Pearce.
the children? Didn't you bring them?
No, Mum. I haven't told them you're in prison. They think... Well, I told them you live in an old people's home.
Oh, well, you can tell them after they get to know me better. One shock at a time, eh? What about your wife? Did you tell her the same yarn?
No, Diane knows. Well, I had to tell her just in case anything went wrong. I'm sorry, Mum. It's no lack of faith in you. It's just... Well, it's a situation none of us has been in before. Come on, let's go and meet the family.
Here's Mrs. Donovan, sir.
You must be Mr. Mackin.
Yes. How are you, Mrs. Donovan?
I'm very well. Thank you, Mrs. Barry. We'll finish our little chat later.
Good.
Now, Terry, did you straighten out all that silliness about my bail?
No, I'm sorry, Auntie, I haven't.
Why not?
Well, the police lodged an objection, and the magistrate wouldn't go against them. I did my best.
Did your best? Oh, but you're not going to give up after just one try, surely. Oh, I taught you better than that. Lodge another application.
It's your record, Auntie. It won't do any good.
I haven't had a conviction for 30 years.
That doesn't exactly make you the Archbishop of Canterbury now, does it?
Oh, Terry, you always were a one to chuck in the towel. I don't know why I worked myself to the bone to get you through university.
Because you needed a solicitor in the family, that's why.
Now, you listen to me, my boy. What I did for you. Same as it's been for all my babies. I didn't put Charlie through medical school just to save on doctor's bills. Oh, and by the way, did Jenny pass her exam?
Yes, as a matter of fact, she's thinking of accepting a position at Kensington General. She'll be matron before we know it.
And that was through pure hard work and determination. And don't you forget it. No use sitting on your bottom and getting fat just because you've got a degree. You've got to be the best there is.
Yes, I know, Auntie Min.
You're a pretty poor show. You can't fix my bail.
It's out of my control.
Oh, it's all right, love. I know you tried.
You know I wouldn't hurt you for anything.
Now, how are all my young tearaways doing without me?
Well, you'd be proud as hell. The whole family got together yesterday morning and decided we'd run things as if you hadn't even been copped. Young Ruthie brought back the biggest haul she's ever made last night.
Little Ruthie, eh? Oh, you tell him I'm proud of him and to keep up the good work. And keep an eye on him for me, will you? Whatever we do, we got to keep the family together.
You bet.
Now, when do I front the beak?
Well, there's a big backlog. Could be a couple of months before our case comes up.
Oh, well. Give me time to whip this place into shape, eh?
Diane? Diane? Oh, there you are. Diane, my mother.
I'm really pleased to meet you. I'm sorry to hear about your arm. Now, you make yourself really at home, won't you?
Oh, thank you, Diane. Oh, you got a nice place here.
Yes, it's comfortable.
I've never seen so many gadgets. I expect you got a kitchen full of them, too.
Oh, well, nothing so fancy, just a dishwashing machine and a microwave oven. Oh, I expect you have dishwashing machines at Wentworth.
About 40 at last count.
Well, it's a nice day to be out anyway.
Oh, yeah. You know, it really is nice to have you here. I mean, it's somebody to talk to, other than the pot plant.
I suppose with all these gadgets to do your work for you, you would have trouble finding something to do with your time all day.
Well, it is quite a lot of work, you know, running a family home.
Oh, I know. I didn't have any of these newfangled thingamajigs, but I still managed to keep everything in order.
Well, I think I better go and organise some lunch.
Yes.
Well, Mother, would you like something to drink?
Oh, now you're talking. I'm as dry as the Nullarbor.
Well, that's easily fixed. Tea or coffee?
Oh, tea, thank you, love.
Right. Well, just sit back and relax while I get it.
Can I speak to you, Mr. Wallace?
Oh, sure. Would you like to sit down so as I don't get a crick in my neck?
Oh, yes, of course. I'd like to apologise to Jody. Do you know where she is?
Upstairs in her room.
Is she all right?
Oh, I wouldn't worry too much about it. She gets a bit neurotic at times. She gets upset, but she bounces back pretty quick.
Yes, I hope so.
When I said I wouldn't get too upset about it, I didn't mean I approved of you smacking her around.
Oh, no, I realise that, Mr. Wallace. I'm not very proud of what I did either. I think I let my personal feelings influence me too much.
Oh? In what way?
Men can be very cruel. I think when I struck out at Jody, I was really striking out at all those women who won't have the strength to stand up for themselves. You see, I found the strength to get out of a very similar situation to Jody's. I thought I could teach these women to do the same.
Well, obviously your intentions were honourable. It's just your methods need a little bit of re-evaluation.
Well, since the methods I thought would work obviously won't, what do you suggest?
Well, I'm not saying Judy Bryant had all the answers, but she had her fair share of compassion, and I think that's as good a place to start as any.
I wonder if it isn't too late. If you were to tell the department about my slapping that girl,
Well, I won't. I don't think Jody will either. You must understand that these girls have had a fairly rough trot. They have absolutely no trust in authority.
Well, I'll try to change, but I can't pretend it's going to be easy. And I will need some help. Now, are you prepared to work alongside me as an equal?
It'll be a pleasure. On one condition.
What's that?
You call me Wally.
I've got to admit, I envy Lizzie getting a day on the outside.
Well, I hope it works out for her so she gets more than one day on the outside.
Although I'll miss her if she gets parole.
Parole? I don't think I can stand this place without Lizzie.
The only reason she hasn't got out before is because she's had nowhere to go.
Oh, but Wentworth without Lizzie would be like a wedding without a cake.
Well, come on, Parker. We haven't got all day.
Oh, jeez, Miss Ferguson, you gave me a fright.
You'll get more than that if you don't hurry up. Roberts. Wait at the security gate for Officer Barry. Your husband wants to see you.
Oh, silly, my lover.
What's your hurry, Stevens?
You got something better than lunch offering?
I just went to Hunt's cell to check the numbers book.
So?
So, Hunt's figures for the last take. It seems that my cut was only 25%. Big difference to the 60% we agreed on, don't you think?
Well, there must be some mistake.
Oh, there's been a mistake, all right, Stevens, and you made it. You honestly don't think you're going to get away with that, do you?
Look, I'm sure we can straighten it out.
Oh, we'll straighten it out, all right. From now on, I take all the money. I pay the expenses, and you get a cut. Understood? Understood?
You seem a bit old to be a granny.
My.
I didn't know they made them young.
Oh, not real young, but a few of my mates had grandmas who are only around 50. They've got blue hair and wear tracksuits.
Oh, God, I wonder what my mates would say if I made me hair go blue.
Mike, don't you think you should let your grandmother eat her lunch in peace?
Oh, he's all right, aren't you, love?
What sort of music do you like?
Oh, I like all sorts, but I think Mantovani's me favourite.
I haven't heard of him. He must be with a punk group. Do you know Men at Work?
Hey?
Oh, you must have heard of Human League.
Oh, yes, I know them all right. They send the pounded milk to India for the poor little starving babies.
More tea?
Oh, yes, thank you, love. What a pity Kevin's gone on that school camp thing. I was looking forward to meeting all my grandchildren at one go.
Yes, well, maybe next time.
Something matter with me hair, love?
Oh, no, it's just that I like playing around with different styles. I was figuring out one that'd suit you. Would you like me to try it?
Oh, yes, that'd be lovely.
Can I be excused, Dad?
Yes, Mike, but don't go too far. I want you to spend the afternoon getting to know your grandmother.
I'll get the hot rollers. I won't be a minute. Your grandmother mightn't like her hair done, dear.
Oh, no, I reckon it's a ripper idea, and I'll bet she's a jolly sight better than me last hairdresser. He charged a fortune.
Yes, well, prices are a little out of proportion these days.
Did you enjoy your lunch?
Oh, yes, thank you. It was lovely.
Oh, would you like some more?
Oh. Yes, thank you.
You're looking very tired.
I'm missing you, that's all.
I'll keep your chin up, darling. I've been in touch with Ray Gilbert, and he says that your appeal's listed for the day after tomorrow.
Does he think I've got a chance?
We're very hopeful. After all, we are claiming mistrial on 15 points, including an allegation that the trial judge misdirected the jury.
Scott, it's stupid, I know. But I don't want to think about the appeal. I dread the thought of another trial.
But you're innocent. Look, we've just got to keep fighting. We've got to get you out of here.
Don't worry. Much as I hate the idea, I'll do anything if it means I can be free.
Well, I don't want to get your hopes up, but Ray says if the appeal's successful, they mightn't bother with a retrial.
You mean they just discharge me?
Yeah. But
Oh, Scott, it's got to happen. It just has to.
How's the vintage?
Eh?
The booze.
Oh, yeah. Not bad. It's got a decent kick.
How'd you like some more?
Huh?
Maybe a bit of grass.
Yeah? What's it gonna cost me?
Well, nothing much. I want you to do some more taping.
Well, why didn't you say so? I'll be in that.
Good. I knew you'd cooperate.
Yeah, just keep the booze and dope coming and I'll tape every bugger in Wentworth for you.
There's only one person in here that I want to tape on. That's Joan Ferguson.
Hey, room inspection only once a week? What's happened?
Yes, I've decided that should be sufficient.
I reckon. God, you've even put the curfew back to midnight. Aren't you scared we might start playing up?
Well, you're all adults, Leanne. I'm sure you have enough sense to observe those few rules necessary to keep the house running smoothly.
Hell. What's got into the dragon? Don't tell me. The fire's gone out.
Well, could be she realised that too much discipline is just as bad as not enough.
Oh, not her, Wal. She's the sort who wears cast iron knickers.
Why don't you give her a go? She may not be so bad after all.
Perhaps you'd better tell that to Jody. See what she thinks about it.
Wonder what's for tea?
Doesn't matter what it is, it's all tasteless anyway.
Oh, Lizzie's back. Oh, Lizzie, your hair looks wonderful.
Looks bloody awful.
You're back early. What's the matter? You look as though you ordered a gin and tonic and they forgot the gin. Sorry. Your day out not the best, eh? You might feel better if you talk about it.
There's nothing to talk about. I didn't feel comfortable. You know, I reckon I'm past being a gran anymore. It just didn't seem right.
They just found you different from them, that's all.
Difference, right? Every time I open my mouth, I put my bloody big foot in it. No, it just didn't fit in, and that's that.
Oh, you gotta give it time, Lizzie. It's probably just as difficult for Arthur and his family as it was for you. It'll be better next time.
There isn't going to be a next time. I'd rather be here with me mates.
What on earth's happened? Oh, you smell like a brewery. You stupid girl. This stuff will rot your stomach. You're lying. Oh, there you are. Now, drink this. If you don't, you'll have the granddaddy of all headaches. Now drink it. And 4 or 5 like it. Drink. And keep sucking these. Listen, if an officer comes in, tell them you've got the gastric. Now, where's the rest of it?
Oh, rack off.
Oh, it's your own fault, young lady. I've got no sympathy for you. Now, just drink all of that water.
I was wondering where you'd got to.
What do you know about homemade brew?
Tastes awful.
Where's it coming from? Who's making it?
Oh, Sonia and her mates do all that stuff.
Oh, I thought as much. Come on.
Where are we going?
You'll see.
Now, you don't want me to bash no one, do you?
No, dear, you'll just have to stand there. That'll be enough. Where's Sonia now?
She's in the rec room.
Right.
Are you selling it or giving it away?
Did you give this poor excuse for wine to young Bobbie?
Yes. And she was happy with the deal too.
Well, for your information, she's made herself very ill drinking this little money spinner of yours.
So? I didn't force her to drink it. I was merely doing her a favour.
Well, now, you're going to do us a favour. Give her a drink, Cass. Oh, no. That's not enough. You're going to drink all 3 bottles. Better get started, dear.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around.